Let's be honest, most of us don't really research anymore. We Google. We type a question, skim the first few results, click the one that sounds right, and then feel like we've learned something. That's fine if you're checking a recipe or who wrote a song. But when the question actually matters, when you're trying to understand a social issue, support an argument, or separate truth from fiction, that kind of searching doesn't cut it. We live in a time where everyone has a platform. Anyone can post, anyone can sound authoritative, and information moves faster than verification. The result isn't a lack of knowledge, it's an overflow. The challenge today isn't finding information, it's filtering it. What's real, what's outdated, what's biased. That's where real research comes in. Hey everybody, I am Dr. Whitney Kosters, Professor of English, and I've made this video both for college students and anyone who wants to stop feeling overwhelmed by information and start feeling confident about where their facts come from. Knowing how to research isn't just about passing a class. It's how you protect your mind in a world that rewards speed over accuracy and emotion over evidence. So in this lecture, I'm going to show you how to do that by introducing a few academic databases like Jstor, Project MUSE, and EBSCOhost, where reliable, peer-reviewed information actually lives. You'll learn how to search efficiently, skim strategically, and select sources that make your writing and your understanding stronger. I'll explain what they are, how to access them, and how to use them effectively. The truth is, we already have more information at our fingertips than any generation in history. It is a massive privilege, but it's also a burden. The more information we have, the harder it becomes to tell what deserves our attention. So access doesn't guarantee understanding, and I want you to remember that. What matters now is whether we know how to use it. So let's start by talking about where credible information actually lives and why databases matter even more in a world that feels like one endless scroll of opinions. So think of a database as the opposite of your social media feed. It doesn't try to predict what you'll like or push content that keeps you scrolling. It's not built for popularity, it's built for credibility. A database is a digital library, a curated collection of academic journals, books, essays, and studies that you access through a library or institutional subscription. Everything inside has gone through peer review, meaning other experts have examined and approved it. That's what makes databases so trustworthy. It's what separates an academic journal from a random blog or viral post, for instance. When you use a database, you're not just browsing opinions, you're entering an ongoing evidence-based conversation among scholars. So how do you get into these databases? If you are a college or university student, you already have access. You just need to know where to look. Every college library subscribes to dozens, sometimes hundreds of databases. So go to your library's website, look for databases, online resources, or articles and journals, and click through. You'll see names like Jstor, EBSCOhost, Gale, ProQuest, and Project MUSE. Log in with your student ID or university credentials, and once you're in, you'll see something like access provided by your university's name. That means you're in the full version with complete access. If you're not a student, don't worry. Most public libraries offer free access to many of the same databases. You just need a library card, so go to your library's website, sign in, and look under online databases or research tools. You'll often find EBSCO, Gale, or ProQuest there, and many libraries include Jstor. If yours doesn't, you can create a free personal Jstor account called Register and Read, which lets you view several full-length scholarly articles each month online. For heavier research, Jstor and other platforms do have paid plans, but start with your local library first. You will be surprised how much is already available for free. Before we search, it's helpful to know that there aren't just a handful of databases. There are hundreds, each specializing in a field or type of research. In the humanities, you'll often use Jstor, Project MUSE, and EBSCOhost. For psychology or social sciences, try PsycInfo or Sociological Abstracts. For medicine, there's PubMed or CINAHL. For science and engineering, you'll see ScienceDirect or IEEE Explorer. And for business or economics, databases like Business Source Complete or EconLit. Each discipline has its own collections, and that's what makes academic research so powerful. But since this lecture focuses on writing in the humanities, I'm going to concentrate on some of the most common and beginner-friendly options: Jstor, EBSCOhost, and Project MUSE. Once you know these, you can apply the same logic anywhere. Now, I know that that list sounds like a lot, but once you've used one or two, the rest start to feel familiar. The layout changes a little, but the logic almost always stays the same. Before you click anything, think like a researcher. Most people type full questions into search bars, something like, how does social media affect body image in teenagers? Databases don't interpret questions, they look for matches, so you need to break your question down into keywords. The main ideas are social media, body image, and teenagers. You connect them using Boolean operators, small words in all caps that control how the database combines your terms, and narrows your search and finds results containing both terms, or expands your search to include synonyms or related words like Instagram or TikTok. Not excludes a term. Social media, not Facebook. Quotation marks keep phrases together like body image, while an asterisk allows for variations in spellings or endings, like adolescence with the asterisk on it to capture adolescent, adolescence, and adolescence. Once you start thinking in keywords and combinations, you'll get more precise results and waste less time scrolling. It's worth repeating that Google isn't the same as a database. Google Scholar can help you find articles, but it often leads to paywalls. Databases give you the full article because your library pays for access. Think of Google as a map showing where research exists and databases as the door that lets you in. Google ranks by popularity, so clicks and engagement, while databases rank by relevance and scholarly quality. That difference completely changes the kind of information you'll end up reading. Now let's start with Jstor. When you open it through your library, you'll see a simple search bar. Type social media and body image. You'll probably get hundreds of results. Use filters on the left to narrow things down, choose research articles, set a date range, and filter by journal or language if needed. Once you apply filters, you'll have a manageable list of focused relevant sources. Click a title and you'll see an abstract, which is a short summary of the article's main ideas. Reading abstracts will save you so much time because they tell you what question the author asked, how they approached it, and what they found. If it sounds relevant to you, download the PDF. Look for Cite This Item, and Jstor will actually generate citations in MLA, APA, or Chicago style for you. Jstor's strength is really its depth. Older foundational articles that show how ideas have evolved. It's perfect if you're studying theory, history, or the background of a debate. Now we're going to move on to EBSCOhost, also known as Academic Search Complete. It looks busier than Jstor, but it gives you more control. You'll see multiple search boxes stacked vertically. In the first, type social media, in the second, body image, and in the third, adolescent with an asterisk. Before hitting search, select full text and peer-reviewed and set your date range for about the past 10 years. Click search and you'll see titles, short descriptions, and subject terms. Those subject terms are gold because they show you how scholars label your topic. So if you see self-presentation or digital identity repeating, use those the next time you search. Click an article, read the abstract, and if it's useful, click PDF full text to download. EBSCOhost also has tools to cite, email, or export your article to Zotero. It has a built-in text-to-speech tool that reads the article aloud and a translate function that converts it into dozens of languages. You can highlight and annotate directly in the online viewer, and EBSCO connects with Google Drive, OneDrive, and citation managers like Zotero or EndNote. Its strength is breadth and recency. It covers multiple disciplines and updates constantly, making it ideal for contemporary or cross-disciplinary topics. And lastly, I'm going to talk briefly about Project MUSE, another major database, especially strong in the humanities and social sciences, fields like literature, cultural studies, philosophy, and education. Almost all of its content comes from university presses and scholarly associations like Johns Hopkins, Duke, and Oxford. That means you're reading from the same institutions that publish peer-reviewed books and journals used by scholars worldwide. Everything on MUSE is full text. There are no paywalls, no previews. You can open, read, and download every article completely. And the interface is modern and intuitive, and it includes not just journal articles, but also full-length scholarly books and chapters. Each entry lists the publisher, date, DOI, and offers citation and download options. Here's how Muse differs from the others that I've talked about. Jstor is an archive. It holds foundational scholarship from the past, so it's perfect for tracing how ideas evolved. EBSCOhost is a broad aggregator. It pulls from many fields and updates constantly. Project MUSE sits between them. It's focused and current, offering the latest humanities research with the editorial quality you expect from an academic press. It also includes official journals from organizations like MLA and the National Council of Teachers of English, meaning you're reading the work that defines these fields. Muse also includes tools to generate citations, export to Zotero or EndNote, and discover related research. Many institutions integrate it with accessibility tools for text resizing, screen readers, and printer-friendly PDFs. If you're working in literature, culture, or philosophy, anywhere ideas are analyzed and debated, Project MUSE is your bridge between Jstor's depth and EBSCO's range. Now, I know this might sound like a lot of moving parts, but once you've done it a couple of times, it really will click. Searching, filtering, and reading abstracts quickly becomes second nature. It's easy to get overwhelmed your first time using a database. You might type one phrase and see hundreds of results, and that's normal. Start broad and then narrow. Use filters, peer-reviewed first, then date, then subject. Read abstracts before downloading. I mean, you don't need 50 sources. 5 or 6 strong ones are going to be enough. Think of research as curating, not collecting. You're building a small, powerful library, not a pile of unread PDFs. So what makes something scholarly? A scholarly article is written by an expert, published in a peer-reviewed journal, and built on evidence, not opinion. It includes an abstract, intro, methods or analysis, a conclusion, and references. A popular source might be a news article or blog, and those are fine for context, but not for academic evidence. Scroll to the end. If you see a list of references, it's likely scholarly. Most scholarly articles follow the same structure: abstract, intro, lit review, method, analysis or discussion, conclusion, and references. Once you know that rhythm, you can skim quickly and strategically. Start with the title and abstract, and if it fits, read the intro, then jump to the conclusion. Scan the headings in the body for key points or data, and highlight 1 or 2 useful quotes. You are reading for purpose, not for pleasure. As soon as you find something useful, save it. Create a research project folder, rename files clearly, something like Dobson Instagram self-presentation PDF instead of Article 3, and keep a short note for each one: title, author, main claim, 1 quote, and why it's useful to you. Both Jstor and EBSCO will generate citations, but as a reminder, always check formatting and always back everything up. Research is how you take control of your own understanding and how you separate what's loud from what's true. In a world where anyone can sound confident online, your ability to verify info keeps you grounded. Databases give you a place where accuracy still matters, where evidence is tested before it spreads. That is not just an academic habit, it really is a life skill. I really do believe that the ability to research, to trace information back to its source and evaluate it for yourself is one of the most important skills that you can have today. The truth doesn't always go viral. Sometimes it's just sitting quietly in a journal waiting for someone to know how to look for it. And that someone can be you once you know how to search, skim, and select sources like a researcher. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments what topic you're researching. I always love to hear what people are curious about. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more help with writing, research, literature, and for audiobooks as well. Be well.